Hello, gorgeous. You're listening to the Girlfriend's Guide to Starting Over. On this podcast, we talk about everything from dating and relationships to personal development. We also speak very candidly about the F word, and by that, I mean failure. So grab a pen, tag a friend, and let's talk about it. All of it. Undergoing, overcoming, and simply trying to make it through. Hello, gorgeous. Welcome back to the Girlfriend's Guide to Starting Over podcast. I'm your host, Kayla, and I am so excited that you are here. This month, for the month of November, I am pouring into the girls who are not so excited about the most wonderful time of the year, the girls who are anxious, who are a little bit stressed, the girls who have some discomfort as we usher in this season. Because that's a real thing. And I do not want to pretend like it is not super stressful or that it needs to be minimized or blown over. Like, you guys deserve to be poured into. And so I'm here because I've been you. So in today's episode, we are talking about learning to recognize the power of controlling your availability. Truly learning what you can or don't have to be available to. I grew up in the 90s, and so I can remember calling on the phone to a cell phone, and the phone would ring and ring and ring, and you're anxiously awaiting to dive into the conversation for whoever you're trying to call. Maybe it was even a parent, but a robotic voice would answer the phone at times, and it would say, "The number that you have reached has a voicemail box that has not been set up yet. Goodbye." Click. What? It means that that person was unavailable. They were so unavailable that you could not even leave a message. And then another 90s thing is when you dialed star 67, when the phone rang, it said caller unknown or ID unavailable. It would not let you know who it was. That information was unavailable to the person who was receiving the call. In this instance, I want to talk about how we get to control what we are available to. As children, even young adults, we often don't get a lot of choices. To be unavailable means that we're not able to be used, not able to be attained, not at someone's disposal. It means that we're not free to do something. So when you're a kid, you don't really have a lot of those options because you're just kind of doing whatever your parents say you have to do. You might not want to go to grandma's, but that's what we're doing. If you came from a split family, you might have wanted to go to Christmas at your dad's house, but it was mom's year, and so you had to go to mom's for Christmas. And that's no dig at either one of them. My children are experiencing that right now. It's just the way things were. You didn't really have a lot of choices. But as adults, we have tons of options for what we are open or available to. As we venture home over the next couple of weeks, actually the next couple of months, you may have some anxiety. You may have some stress surrounding conversations and interactions that may come up. Some examples of that may be related to your work, to your weight, to your marital status, to your relationship status, to your grades, if you're coming home from school for the first time or you didn't do so hot last semester, to how well or how poorly your kids are doing in school, or how well or how poorly their family believes that you're raising them or their behavior is. There could be lots of opportunities for discomfort. You may have a parent or a family member who is constantly offering you advice or putting pressure on you to make a major decision or a major change or majorly making you second guess your current plan. You get to decide, sis, that you are unavailable to those conversations and those interactions. That looks like, thank you so much for your input. I'm actually not available to discuss that. Thank you so much for caring. I'm honestly not taking feedback. I'm confident in my decision. You get to decide that you are unavailable to anything that's draining, to anything that's not for you, for anything that's toxic, for anything that's negative, for anything that leads to a dead cycle, for anything that doesn't sit well with you, for anything that doesn't put your your highest good in the forefront for anything that doesn't value you, for anything that leads to unchanged behavior, for anything that perpetuates generational cycles of lack. You get to decide that you're unavailable to that. And I want to empower you. I want to give you permission to do so. You do not have to do things the way you've always done them, and you don't have to entertain those conversations. So if you want to talk with me, if you want to jump on a call and we kind of discuss some scenarios that you might go through, I would love that. I'm totally open to that. The link to talk with me is in my show notes. Or you can always DM me on socials. All of my socials are also in my show notes, and we can get something set up so that we can talk about how you can get better control of your right now, and we can plan for what's coming. I love you. I want the best for you. And don't forget, I'm here. Well, gorgeous girl, that's a wrap for this episode. I hope you found value, insight, or strength. I hope something was said that gave you the courage to push on a little while longer toward the life of your dreams. If you felt motivated during this segment, screenshot this and throw it in your stories and tag me on social. That way we can keep the message going. Have an excellent day on purpose, and we, girl, will talk in the next one.